That was Hippo Light running a perfectly clear 13 meters at 55. We'll see what he comes back at. The next pairing now is Hippo against Anders from Norway. So Anders coming in 13. Here comes Anders fast now from Norway down at 13.55 meters. Look out for his gate. Anders has a nice gate, makes a nice one. Goes around 2, looking strong and easy. He's putting the heat on for Hippo. Round number 4, round number 5, and round easy number 6, running an easy 13 meters. Let's see what Hippo can come back with on 12. As you can see, it's a very nice day today here at Vineyard Lake, Summer International Competition. Here comes Hippo down now. Here comes Hippo now, 12.55 meters. Good gate. Hippo has a good one, going for 2. Good 2. Hippo looking very strong and easy. Round boy number 3. Round 4, looks like Hippo's gonna run this 12 easy. Round 5. Ooh, giving Anders a struggle now. Hippo running 12 meters at 55. Let's see what Anders can come back with now that Hippo has set the bar. Here comes Anders fast now at 12 meters 55. In order for him to get through, he needs to run this 12 meters. Let's see if he can do it now that Hippo's run it. Here comes Anders fast down now for the pre-gate. This is a real head-to-head. This is getting interesting and fun. Anders through the gate, good one. Going for boy 2, round boy 2 looking strong. Round boy 3, round 4. Anders looking so good, and it looks like he's gonna run 12. So now this is getting very interesting for them coming back on 11 meters. So you can see today is a lovely day at Vineyard Lake with the water being absolutely amazing and not a breath of wind. There's no clouds in the sky, so it's going to be a very hot day. As yesterday, we expected the wind to be coming, but it was such a beautiful day, not a breath of wind. Even though on Friday, the wind was very hectic and there was very strong waves. So now here comes Hippo down at 11 meters at 55. Let's see what he can do.
Okay, here he comes. Hippo, behind the blue boat.
Hippo having a good gate, a good one. Around 2.
Here we go.
Ooh, making it. Oh, unfortunately, Hippo fell going to buoy 3. It looks like that might be 2.5 on. So it looks like that was actually 2.5 on 12 for Hippo. It was confirmed by the judges that that was 2 on 12 for Hippo. Anders coming back at 12. Let's see what he can do, and maybe he can beat 2. Here comes Anders Voss on 11 meters. He just decided to skip 12 and go straight onto 11. Through the gate, around buoy 1 looking good. Around 2, getting pulled hard. Oh, making it just around 3. I just heard back from the judges that that was Hippo, in fact, on 11. So Hippo made 2 on 11. And between Hippo and Anders, it looks like that Anders Voss has won, and Anders Voss will be going through to the next round. Up next, we have Richard Levy versus Soteris Kyprios from Greece. Here comes Richard Levy coming down at 13 meters 55. Let's see what he can do today against Terry's. Going through the gate, good one, strong. Around buoy number 2, looking good and easy. For most of these guys, 14 and 13 is a bit of a warm-up, and then 12's where it gets real. And Richard getting around buoy 6, going through the gates, looking fantastic.
Richard Levy.
Here comes Terry Kyprios coming down on 13 meters at 55. So Terry's and Mariana came all the way from Greece just to ski in our competition. There goes Terry's through the gates. Round buoy number 1 looking very strong. Round buoy 2.
My guess is that this is 52.
And if you didn't see yesterday, we had 3 skiers skiing to 10.75, and Soteri's being one of them. So there was some fantastic skiing yesterday, and there's some fantastic skiing today. And we're hoping to see some 10.75s today, because whoever wins these rounds are getting into our top 4 best skiers we have. And the competition's getting tough and strong.
Just wanted to mention our current commentators, Isabella Alexander, who skied the first round against Zane Alexander. Bella, the water conditions have absolutely been magnificent this morning. How was your ski this morning, and what advice do you have to give our skiers who are now going into the quarterfinals head-to-head with each other?
My ski this morning was a lot of fun. I have never skied on 14 meters before ever in my life. So that was a new experience. It felt very strange and very tough. The best advice I can give them is to stay strong, stay attached, and be proud.
Pressure's on Richard now.
Okay, here we've got Richard Levy coming back in on the 12-metre line. Now, Paul Richard, he hasn't had a really good, or hasn't had the opportunity of a practice set, so he's straight out cold this morning. But he's in it to win it. He's a fierce competitor.
Fighting for form. Around number 5 is good.
He's good. He's made easy work of that. Nice job. Let him when I finish.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay, so I'm Stuart Scott Ely over from the UK. I've been lucky enough to come and spend some fantastic time with the Alexander family here at Vineyard Lake. It's got to be one of the best venues in the world. I've been lucky enough to ski at a few places, but this is really up there. Next ski on the water is going to be Sotiri, coming over from Greece. He and Mariana are here showing us how it should be done. And Sotiri, I witnessed him in Greece the other day break the Greek record. He got 2 at 10.7, but unfortunately it didn't count because the cameras weren't working and didn't record it. So he managed 1 at 10.7 here, and right now he's on the water. Looks like this is 12 meters, getting his shoulder down hard on 2. It's another big turn. Sotiri's famed for not giving up. He is a true gladiator. And safely down that pass, which I believe was 12-meter line. Yeah, let me just repeat that. So Sotiri got a new Greek record. Let's remind you, he's in the over 65s, and he got 2 buoys on the 10.75 meter line. Unfortunately, it didn't count because the camera didn't fully record it. I witnessed it. I can tell you I've seen it, but it did not count. So he is chasing that record. He wants to do it again. He got 1 on the 10.7 here in Stellenbosch, but he's still a young man. He's got a few years to go, and I know he's going to break that record sooner. Okay, here we go, guys. This is the money pass. This is Richard Levy coming back in on the 11-meter line. Just to remind you, poor Richard has not had a practice this morning. He's gone straight out cold on 13. He's run his 13, he's run his 12, and he's safely around 2. I'm not sure that he's going to get across to 3, but that's a very respectable score. And it's going to challenge Sotiri a little bit, but not because Sotiri can't do it, but only because he's a little tired. 2 buoys confirmed on the 11-meter line for Richard Levy of South Africa. So for those of you who are just waiting for Sotiri to line up that carbon nautique at the far end of the lake, but Sotiri and Mariana, they run a lake down in Greece, as I say, called Drepani. For any of you that want some fantastic skiing over in Europe, go visit Drepani. Look it up on the website, drepani.com, I believe it is, and they can offer you superb accommodation, fantastic hospitality, a choice of 200 nautiques or carbon nautiques, and they host a couple of competitions each year as well. Let's see what Sotiris can do. 11 meters.
All the way through to the gates. He needs more than 2. He's got 1 with a bit of slack. Oh, la, la.
He's having a work. He knows he needs a piece of 3, and he's got it. He safely banks that 3. So Sotiri playing the real mind game there. He doesn't need to show that he can run that full pass. He just needs to save his strength because he's made his earned his ticket through to the next category. For any of you youngsters back home watching, there is a fantastic university here, and I don't want to sound sexist or anything, but it's just been pointed out to me that it's a 7-to-1 ratio of girls to guys. So it's a superb university. It's rated up there in one of the best in the world, and there's a couple of good skiers here that are attending the Stellenbosch University. Definitely worth a visit. Okay, just while we are waiting for the next pair to get ready, which will be Robbie Alexander, home site skier, up against Simon Fairbank, another South African. They're going to be battling it out. What line length are they going to start at? I'm guessing they go out at 12 maybe, do they?
Yeah, it's a 12.
So we think they're going to have to start at 12. Every time they make it through to another round, the line gets shorter as the starting line gets shorter. So I think they're going to be starting on the 12-meter line. But we'll have to wait and see how that works out. Temperature here at the moment, we've been getting up to 30 degrees. The water is like a bath. Compared to the UK, I mean, we don't even get this weather in the summer. So for we Brits, this is absolutely fantastic. Really good. Definitely some of the most stunning scenery you will find. Beautiful restaurants, fantastic exchange rate, so definitely worth a visit. I think they've got the South African champs here in maybe April time. If you want to see some of the best skiers in South Africa compete, get yourself out to Stellenbosch in April. So I was lucky enough to be over here 2 years ago, and I've seen this competition grow over that time. This year we've got some French skiers here, we've got the Hungarians here, we've got the Greeks here, a couple of British skiers here, Belgium skiers. You know, we've got all international skiers here, and this is definitely becoming one of those must-go-to venues. Being one of the earlier competitions in the season, your score will count for your 2025 season. So those of us back in Europe in cold water, you know, probably won't see a competition until sort of May or June time. A fantastic way to get one of your first scores. Contact Ross Alexander if you're interested in attending next year's international ranking competition. See if you can get yourself on the entry list. We had about 30 skiers, I think. 37 skiers this year, yeah, definitely somewhere to put on your must-do bucket list. Okay, so slight correction on my start line. They are coming out on 13 metre, and the first skier on the water you're going to see is Robbie Alexander, home site for Robbie. Nice and smooth around one ball. Oh, he's buckled a bit. You know, I thought this was going to happen. That fatigue is setting in. He's not the young pup he used to be. He's in the over 55s now in my category, and he has battled his way down I don't know how many passes over the course of the last few days. And of course they've had a competition here the weekend before, so I think his strength is going to be showing. That was no dramas for him, but not as smooth as you'd normally see Robbie. Robbie, of course, when he's out here, is getting coaching from his brother Ross. Now, I've benefited from that as well. I can tell you, Ross Alexander, one of the best coaches in the world, and you will be skiing behind a Carbon Nautique. Again, one of the best boats in the world, on the best site in the world. If you want some good coaching, contact Ross and get yourself out here for some coaching. Okay, next skier on the water is going to be Simon Fairbanks. He's got to run all 6 buoys to have a chance to moving through to the next round. If he does that, then he will go through, he won't go through, he'll get a chance for another pass at the 12 metre. But to start with now, he's coming out on 13 metres. Simon Fairbanks of South Africa. Beautiful one ball. Oh, patient. He's having to settle down now. He's got to calm down. He got such a good one there that he was early for 2 and didn't know what to do with all the time. But all over that pass like a rash. Superb skiing from Simon. Okay, so yeah, pressure is on Robbie. He's going to be coming back on 12 meters now. Like I said earlier, he is undoubtedly one of the strongest athletes out here, but he's going to have to find some extra strength because he's been skiing non-stop over the last few days. We had windy conditions in the earlier passes where many skiers didn't run opening passes. Robbie battled his way down into 12 meters and 11 meters in some challenging conditions. So I think he's going to be a bit tired, but we know he's good for 10.7. We've seen him do it in this competition. But he's going to have to now earn his stripes and get down the 12-meter pass. Okay, so with a head-to-head, there's a few mind games going on, and I can see down there that Robbie is trying to get into the head of Simon and winding him up about how embarrassing it's going to be if he doesn't run this pass. And so here we go. Robbie Alexander, 12 meters, blue line.
Robbie Alexander. This should be a warm-up pass for him. Nonetheless, the pressure's on, and that's when it's tough.
That was a lovely one-ball start. So I do like watching Robbie ski. You'll see how long he stays on that handle, right to the buoy line. Releases very late. Beautiful control. A little bit of a twitch on 5. But the distinctive feature that I noticed with his skiing is how long he carries that handle out to the buoy line. Really good skiing for Robbie. Simon now has got to match that score to stand a chance of going through to the next shortening. This is going to be 12 meters for Simon Fairbanks. Okay, just getting ready to start at the other end of the lake is Simon Fairbanks. He's going to be coming back in at 12 meters as a second skier in a head-to-head. He knows he's got to beat the score of the first skier, so he has to run all 6 in this pass to stand a chance to go through. Very capable skier, nice smooth one ball there. He's a bit on his back there. He's running a little late for my liking. He's down. Yeah, so that all went wrong at 2 ball. He took a little bit too much speed into 2, didn't get the angle that he needed, and had to throw a big turn at 3. That means Robbie Alexander go through to the next round, which will be the quarterfinal. Now I'm joined here by James Timothy from the UK, my good friend. James, we've been skiing here for a few days, and you are, of course, the inventor and owner of Shorepath. We affectionately call you Mr. Shorepath. Can you tell us any new developments coming down the line with Shorepath?
Well, Shorepath tells us how far away from centre line that the boat is being driven, and of course the obvious question then is how can we use this data other than just monitoring what the boat has done? And the answer to that, of course, is an auto steer system where the system will take over control of the boat during the course and actually keep it on a centre line. Having said that, that sounds quite easy, but it's actually a very hard problem to crack, to do well enough for tournament. There are 2 or 3 players in the world who are actually working on this problem, and it may very well be that any eventual system that comes out of this work will only be good enough for recreational skiing and not for high-level tournament. However, if it can be made good enough for tournament, it will take yet another variable out for skiers at the elite level, and we've already seen that because boat driving has tightened up so much in the last 4 years, the scores at elite level are just insane. The strength in depth now, if you're not making a final with 3 at 10.25, then this is just a crazy level right now. And that's largely come about because in the last 2 years, the driving has just become far more consistent driver to driver, and the skiers can work with that. If you have an auto steer system, whether it's a perfect system or not, is almost irrelevant. The fact that it's actually consistent from boat to boat and day to day and lake to lake means skiers can work with that. And I would expect to see an increase in consistency from the skiers as well. So it's not going to be this year, or maybe not even next year, but I suspect within 2 or 3 years we will see a system that's commercially available. Whether it's just a recreational system or a full tournament system, that's yet to be seen.
Hello, well done, James. Well, keep up the good work. We appreciate all the hard work you've put into developing Shorepath, and it is undoubtedly the best system in the world.
Thank you.
Okay, on the water now we've got Jason. He's head-to-head with Gabor. Now, poor Jason, this is his first chance on the water as well. So that some of these skiers haven't had a warm-up. They're straight out on the water. And he's making sharp work of this. He's got that lovely form I like, where the head and shoulders stay up. They're nice and level. Eyes are level with the course. He just lets that ski come around. No dramas at all for Jason on that opening pass. Now, I should give a big shout out to people back home in sunny England. My coach in the UK, skiing at Oxford, is Steve Glanfield. Hi to Steve. Hope it's all going well down in Oxford, and you're keeping the ice off the lake for us, because we're coming back soon. And also anyone else that we've skied with. I've been lucky enough to spend some time with Francois out in Thayang Ski in Thailand. If you get a chance to visit Thailand and you're looking for somewhere that's actually got a decent slalom course and a carbon nautique and a 200 nautique, superb food, cuisine and good exchange rate, you can also visit Thayang Ski in Thailand. And I've just reminded as well for the Hungarian skiers here that we've got Sylvia Lake in Hungary. So any of you that get a chance, I know they have a competition later on this year in the summer. Go visit Sylvia Lake in Hungary. Okay, and talking of Hungary, we have Gabor Nemeth out of Hungary on the water. Now, Gabor is in my age category. He's whipping my backside routinely. Definitely one. Oh, big shoulder down on 2. Definitely a very strong, capable skier. I think he's been out here with his family for a couple of weeks, and so he's pretty ski fit now. But yeah, easily done down that opening pass. Both skiers now going to be coming back in on the blue line, 12 meters, blue line. Well, I've got a little bit of downtime. We should say a quick thank you to Ross and Lisa and all the Alexander family for the hard work that they've put on this weekend. I know they've done 2 competitions now. One was last weekend, and then of course this weekend that's just passed. All the volunteers that have come out to help in terms of judging and homologating the course and everything else that's involved. A massive thank you on behalf of the skiers. And as I said earlier, the hospitality you get here, not just from this venue, but the people in Stellenbosch, the accommodation and the restaurants, not to mention, of course, the fine wine, for those of you that aren't dedicated athletes, some of the best wine estates in the world. Okay, back on the water now. We've got Jason coming back in for his second pass of the day. Straight out for bed onto a 13-meter line, and now for breakfast he's coming back in on 12 meters. Another one who carries that handle right to the buoy line. Not so much on his 2-ball, but as a lefty skier he can throw a big 3-ball. 4 gets that ski round. Nice big turn. Beautifully skied. Beautifully skied. Nicely done. Now, yeah, I think this is going to put a bit of a challenge down for Gabor. You know, I know he's more than capable of running this line length. He's done it many a time, but as I said, similar to Robbie, these skiers have been going non-stop for 2 weekends. On a 4-round comp last weekend, another 4-round comp this weekend. Now the head-to-head. He's going to be feeling the muscles this morning. I think he's going to be aching a bit. So I'm not going to write him off yet, but I think he's got a tough challenge to take on the skier before him. I better also make sure I don't get in trouble. A big shout out to my family, wifey, Natalie. I know you're skiing away somewhere in Switzerland. Hope you're having lovely weather like I am here. And see you soon. Let's watch what Gabor can do. 12 meters. Oh, Gabor's heavy on his shoulder on 2-ball. He's going to have to work now. I'm not sure he'll get down this. Big through. Handle dunk on 4. He got himself back in the game. He's a warrior. That is superb. Absolutely superb skiing. Gabor Nemeth of Hungary. I rode him off at 2-ball. I thought there's no way he was getting back from that. But yeah, superb skiing. Right, before Jason and Gabor come back, I was doing a big shout out to the family. So I know Jordan and Lexine Mills, of course, from Namibia, probably logging in and watching this. Hi, Lexine. You are missing some fantastic skiing. I know you've skied here many times before, and this is one of the best venues in the world for sure. But yeah, I'm glad I'm here, and I'm glad you guys are at home working hard so that you can keep in the lifestyle I've become accustomed to. Keep it up. Alana and Jordan, I'm watching, hoping that you're working hard too. I'll be coming back soon. Make sure you've made your beds. Okay, for those of you in parts of the world that aren't up this early to watch, you can always watch this on YouTube. So if you go to Vineyard Lake Water Skiing Stellenbosch on YouTube, you can watch this on catch up. That's Vineyard Lake Water Skiing Stellenbosch. Okay, Jason Stegman coming back for this. It'll be 11-meter pass for Jason. Oh, big 1-ball. Big 2-ball. He's still in the game. 3's good. He's going 4. He's round 5. I think he's run this. Superb skiing from Jason Stegman. He is safely down that 11-meter pass, ladies and gentlemen, and that is only the 3rd pass he's done this morning, straight out of bed. Really good. Now Gabor, I think, has got a fight on his hands, I'll be honest. I know he can do this, and he's probably got a score at 10-7 at somewhere last year, but I haven't seen him do that this weekend yet, and he's going to have to pull out every stop to be able to deliver. He cannot go through to the next round unless he runs this full 6 boys. Let's see what Gabor Nemeth of Hungary can do. So I'm joined here with Devet. Devet, you've been skiing. How did you get on the competition?
It was very fun. I enjoyed it a lot. It took me a while to get started, but once I got going, now I'm happy with my skiing.
Fantastic. And where do you normally ski?
I usually ski here. I study at Stellenbosch, so it's nice and close to come ski.
And what ski are you on?
I'm on a Radar Vapor.
How long have you been on that?
I think about 4 or 5 years. It's getting worn now.
Okay, well I saw you ski out there like a true gladiator. What settings do you go out on?
I'm not sure. It's close to over the boat setting. Yeah, I'm on A2.
A2, that's the same as me. Yeah, well, you were fighting your way down there. Who do you think's going to win out of these two guys?
Out of these two,
You got Jason just run 11.
yeah, I think Jason has the advantage at the moment. Gabor still has to get through 11.
Well, I'm an oldie, so I'm going to support Gabor. I don't think he can do it, but I want him to do it.
He's got to get to stay in the game.
Both skiers have worked really hard this weekend. Oh, it's a good one ball. Handle dunk on 2, he's still in it. 3 is too fast. It's a respectable score for an old man in the 55 category. Gabor Nemeth of Hungary, 3 boys on the 11-meter line. Unfortunately, not enough to push him through to the next round. So, just to update you on where we are, the next quarter-final now is going to be Robbie up against his good pal Sotiri. Anders is going to be up against Jason, you just saw battle his way down 11. So that's going to be another interesting pairing. There could be an upset there. You know, we're all going to expect Anders, who is a multi-time champion, to do this. But, you know, I just saw Jason ski his pants off out there and didn't really have any drama on that 11-meter pass. So I don't know who's going to work out in that one. So Jane, you know, I'm joined by my good friend Jane Peel here. She's the professional BBC presenter. She's been all over the world, commentating in all sorts of places. How's your skiing been this weekend?
Not so great, but then I like to think it's February, it's winter in the UK. I haven't had any training at all, so it's like the start of the season. So it's not so much the skiing, but it's the body that's really, really hurting. I think the last time I skied before this last week was mid-December, and that was okay because I'd had a whole season. But this is tough, but it's just fantastic to be out here in warm water in the sunshine in February. I'm not really looking forward to going back to the UK, the grey, wet, miserable weather.
No, I can echo that, and I know you ski with us back home. Who do you want to say hello to back home? Who does your coaching, and what are you missing back home?
Well, obviously I've got to say hi to Steve Glanfield, who's also your coach at Oxford, and your site, in fact, Oxford Wakeboard and Ski Club. Haven't seen him since last autumn because I tend not to go there until I've got a bit ski fit. But yeah, hi to Steve and everybody else at Oxford who have helped me and my partner James, who you spoke to earlier. Yeah, looking forward to getting stuck into the season when it gets a bit warmer back home.
And I hear on the grapevine you've got a few competitions lined up this year. Where are you going to next for a competition?
I think actually there's one at Hazelwoods, the famous Hazelwoods in Lincoln. Hopefully, if I get accepted on that in May. It's a bit early in the season for me to do a competition, but maybe I'm practiced now after this one. And then 1 or 2 in France in June, July, I hope. And then I don't know really. I mean, I'm not really a competitor. I'm a very poor skier. But
well, hang on, Jane, you're being very modest now. You're currently number 1 in Europe in your age category.
I don't think I am anymore. I think Mariana's done 2 competitions. Obviously you only get to.
They haven't updated it yet, so milk it while you can. Take it from me.
Yeah, no. I mean, obviously, I'm number 1 only when there's only one skier on the rankings list.
You got to be in it to win it. That's what we say.
No, that's true, and it's your fault that I got into competitions anyway. And as you rightly predicted, it is addictive. It's good fun, even if you come last.
And aren't they a great bunch of people here? Haven't they looked after us?
I think this is fantastic. Once again, you persuaded us to come here, and we've combined it with a holiday. We've seen the sights in Cape Town. Love Stellenbosch, fantastic. Climate's wonderful. The Alexanders here at Vineyard Lake have just been so hospitable, so friendly, lovely, lovely people, and I can see me coming back.
You and me both. Thank you, Jane Peel from the UK. Thank you. Okay guys, back on the water, we've got Jason Stegman coming back in. He hasn't had much of a rest, but he's nicely around that. Oh, he's down. Okay, he's down. So that's a score. What do we give him on there? I think he's 3.5. 3.5 on that. Yeah. But that was a 12-meter start. Was that?
Well done, Jason. Good job.
So good skiing from Jason. Yeah, so poor Jason, don't underestimate. He's literally rolled out of bed, turned up, put a ski on, battled his way down 11 meters, had 5 seconds rest, and now he's come back in on 12. So respectable score. Anders, multi-time champion, capable of doing this in his sleep, but will he? You know, we did see him miss an opener in one of those earlier passes. It was 3-foot high waves, so he's allowed, but it's not, you know, you can't write him off. He knows what he's got to beat. As the second skier in a head-to-head, the rules say that if you tie with the skier in the first that goes before you, then you lose. You have to beat the skier in front of you. So his score of 3.5 will lose. Anything less will lose. He needs a piece of 4 or above. Let's see what he can do. Anders Foss of Norway. Okay, here's Anders Foss of Norway, going to give us a masterclass in how to run 12 meters off the dock. Here we go.
Through the gate.
Oh, he's a little bit on his back foot on one. He's backing it on 2. Settles down nicely. He knows he's just got a bank 4 ball, which he does it. Round of 5, and nicely round 6.
Great.
So, just to keep you up to speed, that puts Anders Foss through to the final. He will ski against either Robbie Alexander or Sotiris of Greece. So we've got, that's going to be our final, coming up in just a moment.
He'll come straight down.
Okay, in case we didn't explain at the start, the way a head-to-head works is the higher seeded skier from the 4-round competition we have gets the first choice. But they only have one of 2 choices. That choice is which boat they want to ski behind, or whether they ski first or second. Now remember, the second skier has to beat the first skier, so you could say, well, it's an advantage for the to ski first because the other guy's got to get a buoy further down the course. In this particular case, I'm not sure who was seeded and how they work out now on this next round, but somebody will choose which boat they want, and the other skier gets to choose whether they go first or second. I had my head-to-head against Robbie earlier, and I chose to send him out first. Now, my logic on that was I didn't expect to beat him, but I wanted to wear him out at least. And the thought was, he, you know, rather than just go, if I fall off at 2, he only skis to 3, he's going to have to run the full pass. So that was my strategy, but didn't pay off. So I'm joined now just while waiting for the next 2 skiers to get on. Jason Stegman, that was awesome, mate. How did you find that?
Oh yeah, it was nice. It was very good conditions. I knew that go forward I had to get something deep down 11, so I decided to just go for it. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. And then now my last pass against Anders, I just don't know, fell apart around 4. It was fine, but yeah.
But what was your best score in competition? Did you run an 11 in the 4-round comp?
No, I didn't. So in this competition it was 2.5, I think, at 11.
Yeah. So I mean that's superb. I mean I watched you have a beautiful start to that. You got stuck in. Really good skiing, mate. Well done.
Thank you so much.
What ski are you on these days?
So I'm on the Syndicate Works 1, the 2024 edition. So.
And how are you liking that?
I love it. it turned so nicely, and the acceleration out the wake, they made it very nice. Yeah, very nice.
And what's your boat setting with that?
I use A2, yeah, but I sometimes, I don't know, I want to try and switch to C1 maybe, not too sure, play around with it a bit.
And you're studying here in Stellenbosch, right?
Yes, I'm studying BAC, so accountancy, yeah, so first year at the moment.
Anyone you want to say hello to?
Anyone who's on the live stream, thank you for watching, it was fun.
So being a student, were you one of these people who woke me up last night at 2:30 in the morning, coming back from the clubs?
Most nights, yes, but not last night.
You're a good boy, you're out of bed early. What do you have for breakfast this morning to get down 11?
I actually didn't have anything, but when I came back after my 11, Robbie gave me a small bit of his banana to eat before the 12. So
There you go, you heard it here first, folks. If you want to run an 11, don't eat breakfast. Well done, Jason Stegman.
Behind his brother Ross.
Okay, Robbie Alexander on the water. He's got the black carbon boat. Ross Alexander at the helm.
Into the gate, 12 meters cold. Beautiful conditions.
Oh, a big one ball, a lot of piece out of one. Carries that handle, like I say, all the way out. Very late, letting go of the handle. Nice skiing. He's dialed in on this. He wants this.
5 is solid.
And he's safely over to 6. He doesn't do a hand drag, so I reckon he should be disqualified for that. I think any skier that does a hand drag should get carried through to the next round, but hey ho, different rules over here, I guess. Okay, here we go. We got Sotiris Kyprios of Greece. Like I say, he is owner with Mariana of Drepani Ski down in Poros. He has battled his way down this. He's a multiple record holder in Greece. I've witnessed him break the Greece record this year, but it didn't, or December just recently, but it didn't count because the video was playing up. So he's having to prove himself again. I know he's nursing an injury in his knee earlier, he was saying, but safely down that pass. Good skiing for both of these athletes. Both, of course, good pals, both ski every day, so although there'll be a bit of banter down at that end, they'll both be willing each other on. So our next skier up on the water is Robbie Alexander. He's going to be coming back in. What line is he coming back in on? 11. He's 11. I'm joined by his son Zane. I know you're not going to be biased here. Who do you think's a better skier?
Well, completely not being biased, I'd have to say my dad. But Sotiris is a great skier, so I think it's a big rivalry that we're going to see now, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the two skiers can do.
Well, I tell you what, just as a favour for you, why don't you do all the commentary on this, and I'll go and have a lie down, and you can tell us how your dad's going to get down this pass.
It's quite smooth how you roped me into this.
You got it.
Alright, so here comes Robbie Alexander at 11 meters. We're going to see what he can do.
Here we go, Robbie.
In the competition yesterday, he did get half at 10. Nice one. Around 3. Oh, 4 boys for Robbie. He has been having quite an issue sometimes where he's a bit narrow on his offside, being 2 and 4. But nevertheless, 4 on 11 is a good score. But we're going to see what Satiri's can now do, coming back at 11 as well. Alright, Satiri's is now going to be coming back on 11 meters at 52. He just needs more than 4 and he is on to the finals of the head-to-head for today. If, however, Satiri's and Robbie tie, then since Robbie went first, he will be the one who advances to the next round. Alright, here comes Satiri's on 11 meters. Let's see what he can do. Got a nice one. Sharp 2. Can he get on 3? Oh!
He's very solid. Coming up on 5, but he's got his score. He's heading to the final.
That is it. Satiri's has beat Robbie and now he advances to the finals of the head-to-head. Well done, Satiri.
Okay, folks, so there's our final. Sotiris Kyprios of Greece has knocked out his good pal Robbie Alexander, not for once but for the second time. So in this competition, as I say, Sotiri is a true gladiator. I saw him get into 10.75. Unfortunately only got 1 at 10.7. I say unfortunately, that's only because if he gets 2 he breaks his own Greek record. But he's now stands to go up against Anders. I'm not sure what line length they're going to be starting on, guys. Do we think this is 12 when they come back in? We'll wait and see. So I'm joined with Bella Alexander. Now you skied some PBs, right? Tell me about those.
I did, yeah. I had my best was 2 on 52 in practice, and then in competition it was 4 at 49. So then I got 5 at 49, and then yesterday I managed to get 4 at 52. So I'm very chuffed with it.
You should be, and I'm sure didn't I witness you on a 14-meter line in this head-to-head? How did that work out?
That was rough, I gotta be honest. It was very difficult. I don't know how the guys do it. It was very, very different, but I had so much fun giving it a shot.
And I think you're modest, because you got 2, right? You didn't get 1 like most of us.
No, I got around 1 and I was like, oh my word, I can actually make it. So I got to 2 and then, yeah, the slack killed me and I just couldn't make it further, but it was fun.
And you're at Stelly as well, is that right?
Yes, I got accepted last week.
Congratulations. How long have you got there?
I got 3 years there now. Long 3 years.
So if you want to come ski with Bella and join us at Vineyard Lake, you've been working hard, right? You've had 2 weeks of competitions.
Yeah.
Who haven't we thanked? Here's a question for you. Who haven't we thanked enough? Because there's a lot of background work that goes on, I know, in homologation and organising the event. Is there someone we should be mentioning?
I think we've mentioned everyone, because every single person has put work into this competition and everything, especially Ross, because he organises and get everything done.
And he's been in that boat non-stop. I'm not going to interrupt the skiing. Who do you think is going to win out of these two?
Oh, it's so tough. They're both such brilliant skiers. And Soteri's has been a beast today, so I'm not sure how it's going to go.
Exactly. Okay, well, Anders looks like he's on fire out there. He is safely down his opening pass. 6 boys under his belt on his opening pass. Now, Bella, what do you think? It's maybe a little bit unfair for the poor old guy to go next when he's only just catching his breath after beating your father.
I mean, what can you do? It's the head-to-head. It's exciting. It's just non-stop. It's exciting.
Do you have a preference to boat? Which boat do you prefer?
My whole life I've pretty much skied on the Blue Nautique. So I think I have more of a preference to that boat. Yeah.
Is that what you had in the head-to-head?
Yes, I did have that one.
I'm with you. I quite like the blue boat. Blue boat's a little bit softer. For those of you that haven't skied the two boats, the carbon is, I think it's 500 kilograms lighter or something, so there is no forgiveness in that boat. If you're slightly out of shape, it's going to keep going like a steam train. But the blue one, you can just get back a little bit on there. So. Right, let's see what they can do. Okay, so Sotiri now approaching the course. The wind's picked up a little bit. It's got a little bit of a tailwind. It's not a bad tailwind, but it's a tailwind for sure. He's going to have to adjust his glide, which he has done. Shoulder down. Fantastic. He's settled there. He's letting that wind do the work. He's a little bit of slack there. He's going to have to work now. Safely to 5. If he can bank the 5, he'll bank the 6. Awesome skiing. These guys, they've just pulled it out of the bag because they have not stopped all weekend, even for 2 weeks. That is awesome skiing. Well done, Sotiris. Okay, this is for the final, for the best skier of this head-to-head competition. We know Anders is a young pup, and he's had less passes. It's Sotiri who's a gladiator, who's gone out there and done 7 passes to earn his right. But we got 11 meters. Nice little headwind. It's a perfect headwind for these guys now. But they've got to time this pull out right.
On the left hand side. One more is good.
Oh, he's not as smooth as I thought he'd be, Anders. He's still going for it. But he's late. He's very late. He's banked the 4. He's left the door open. Now Sotiri has done this time and time again this weekend. We know he can do it. Has he got any gas left in the tank? That's the question. Do we think he's got the gas left in the tank to get himself a piece of 5 ball?
What skiing is
So Robin, you've been working so hard for us over the weekend and you haven't had a proper mention, and you're sitting here in the blistering heat putting down, think who's going to win?
I would like to say that this is a pretty fair head-to-head. It's hard to say because Anders has had an incredible past 2 weekends, but I would like to back Soteris for this final. I would like to see him win because I think Anders does have it, but I would love to see Soteris win this one.
That's great. You heard it here first. I kind of share your sentiment. We love Anders. We know you're the best skier on the planet at the moment, and that's fantastic, but I've just got a little bit of a hankering for Sotiri. He's such a gladiator. He's probably the oldest skier in this competition. He pulls it out of the bag time and time again. Never write him off. Yeah, he needs to get a piece of 5. If he ties at 4 or less, that's not enough. He needs a piece of 5. Let's see what he can do. 11 meters.
It's worth it. From the left. Yes, he's still up 2.
Come on!
He's still in it.
Number 4 is
It is down. He gives it away on the half. He gets a half. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Arguably, we all thought he was down that pass. We thought he had the space at 4. He just took too much out of him there. He's breathing and puffing away in the water. Superb skiing from both these athletes, but Anders Foss is your head-to-head champion at the Stellenbosch Vineyard Head-to-Head 2025.
Guys, that's what shows you what pressure does in the tournament. Right up to the end, right up to the last run and up to the last buoy.
Okay, Matt, you got to film Anders
You
on the
cannot
boat.
lose your concentration.
He's going to do a
You
drive.
cannot stop thinking about winning. Here he comes, he's in the boat, guys.
Okay. Anders coming by for a fly pass.
He's our champion today. Fantastic. Soteris, you're going to drive behind him. You're going to drive behind him. There he is, guys. Absolutely wonderful.
There we go.
Wonderful, all the way on his dirty skis. Wonderful stuff. Congratulations. 4 boys on 11 to win. 1 boy on 10 for the competition. Anders Foss, another victory for Anders. Absolutely fantastic skiing.
Well done!
Fantastic skiing. Good driving, Ross. Good judging myself. Thank you very much.
There you have it. Anders taking his glory pass. He won that tournament by half a buoy. Half a buoy. Superb skiing from all of these athletes today. And I think that is a wrap for this competition for 2025. As I say, make your way down to Vineyard Lake in Stellenbosch, South Africa. You fly into Cape Town. It's 30 minutes by car from Cape Town International Airport, down to the beautiful university town of Stellenbosch. Stunning scenery here, as you can see from the camera crew, surrounded by mountains, beautiful sunshine and vineyards as far as the eye can see. Really, really nice. That's all from me. Robin, I'll pass back to you.
Thank you so much, Stuart. Thank you so much to all of our water skiers, our drivers, our judges. We want to say that we really loved having everyone come out these past 2 weekends. As you saw, the head-to-head was so much fun. These events really do grow. Our supporters today came out from far and wide. We have skiers from far and wide all over the world. What an incredible past 2 weekends to end off in such an exciting head-to-head. A massive well done to all of our water skiers who competed today, and an even bigger well done to Anders Foss, who is now our Vineyard Lake Summer International Head-to-Head 2025 champion. Thank you so much. We hope to see you guys soon and hope that we did the competition justice.